Hello everybody, this is the British pound, and as the euro, this is a weekly chart. As the euro, the British pound has experienced a push down or deterioration, and the dollar is going up. Actually, this week, starting this week, which is Monday, I mean starting yesterday. The British pound is actually breaking down the dragon trend line back on the downside. Not pronounced yet on the weekly. It could just be. We'll see how it act in around that level. But it looks like across the board, the dollar is regaining strength. So if we go to the daily, we draw on the daily this line, which was uptrend with 1, 2. We thought maybe a third point, which did not materialize. In the hope to break that up level of resistance at 158.14. Even though it did break the weekly dragon trend line. Right now it's breaking down a daily trend dragon support line, but it is still above the trend dragon trend line. Don't know if it's gonna keep happening this week or tomorrow when the US opened. Today was Memorial Day, so everything was closed. So the play for the British pound is right now wait to see what the currency does in the next day or so. We should see that tomorrow, where if the currency comes down, definitively break that level of support, which it did today. I mean, today Asia is just opened. And how low is it gonna go? The level that we'll be looking at is the dragon trend line at 153.81, and see how it acts around that. If it respects that level, you can probably count to at least some level of support at that level. I would doubt that it will just break down and keep going down. Quite possibly could certainly happen. But I would certainly look at that level to give some sort of a support for the British pound. How far is that level? That level is at 73 pip from the current price. So you could expect though that 73 pip down. Probably by tomorrow when the US open, and then it'll be determination of what's going on. Will that move up just like the euro dollar? Is that move up was just a retracement or a pullback from the huge move down that we've seen in the past couple months? Or is it basically a trend reversal and just a build up into the up move? Right now, hard to tell. I mean, as technically right now, if you look at the longer time frame, I mean, yes, you could say that maybe it could be a pullback, but it's quite a big pullback from that big move here. It did move back up all the way to that level, which was actually this zone here was quite a strong level of support and resistance and congestion, which is basically what the currency is facing now. So looking at this right now, it still look like a push up and just a retracement to build up on the push up. So time will tell. Definitively, if you trade tomorrow, probably look at the downside, looking at lower time frame and maybe placing order on the if you're looking at the daily or whatever, looking at the hourly time frame. Keep an eye on this level of support and resistance here at 154.46, and of course the dragon trend line at 1.5378. But you have about 80 pip in this area, so don't be too greedy. If you can do 15 or 20 pip out of this area, that would be great. So if it breaks down the dragon trend line on the downside, then in this case we would be looking at moving our bias into the downside, and realize that this uptrend is actually terminated and over. So when that happens, we want to be looking at a downtrend with higher lows, or lower highs and lower lows, and probably looking at 2 or 3 points into that before placing an order. Of course, looking into the lower time frame will give you higher opportunities, or more opportunities to enter the market than if you look at the daily, of course. But right now the chart's still looking up until it breaks down that green line here, which may change the sentiment. That's it for that is it for the British pound. It will be interesting to look at the British pound reaction, the British pound, because they usually follow the euro. But the British pound, as I explained earlier, is sometimes a lot more decisive than the euro. So we can go into the the Japanese yen. Japanese yen is, of course, following suit with the euro and the British pound, and is suffering, quote unquote, a strong dollar. Broke out of that range level that we talked about, and basically last week did break quite decisively, and this week is still moving up. I mean, the Asian session is open today, and basically the day is starting. The day is starting to be on the move up. So quite quite easy to look at. Honestly, if it breaks that level here at 121.84, or maybe this one to be safer, 122 figure, this is probably what I'll be looking at, and probably looking at a lower time frame to enter in that regard, like the hourly. Look at the hourly, very nice uptrend though, with some strong period of consolidation, and here broke a couple hours ago at the opening. Actually did break this hourly level of support and resistance. So you could look at this line here and maybe go even lower to decide if you wanted to get involved into it. The obviously the Europe is not open. I mean, only the Asia is open. So when Europe opens in about 4 hours or so, 4 or 5 hours, London will open, and then of course we'll see the reaction from there. I mean, I probably will see a deterioration of the majors against the dollar continuing tomorrow, I think. So actually here, if you look at Dragon trend line, this is the 30 minutes level. As you can see, the currency is now at the Dragon trend line resistance, which was there before, and is trying to break it again. So could actually try to break it and come back down and try to do it for a third time. I mean, third time is always a charm, but in any case, I mean, this could probably be an area of entry that I would be looking at. So still about the same for the Japanese yen. I mean, going up, like dollar going up against the Japanese yen, but the Japanese yen is a bit slower and more into a range bound. So that's it for this week. Hopefully, I will try to give you a bit more of updates this week if I can, or if something happens. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Talk to you later.